Hello, dear friends. This is Shree's Inner Circle, welcoming you to your inner circle of consciousness and clarity. In this recording video, I would like to share with you the Mangala Sutta. This is from the book of the Paritta Pali. These are protective verses from the Lord Buddha. And one of the suttas, protective verses that I have learned from my father growing up was the Mangala Sutta. So the Mangala Sutta, in this recording, I will explain to you the verses, what it means in English, so you understand. Next, respectfulness, pay respect, humbleness, contentment, gratitude, hallelujah. This, listening to the Dharma on suitable occasions, this brings highest blessing, truly, truly. Being respectful, not yes to myself and to you, to everyone. Respectfulness is not just to respect, kowtow, worship other people. It is also to respect yourself. You respect yourself. Don't put yourself down. Hold yourself in esteem and integrity. And hold the other person in esteem and integrity. Even if the other person is saying things that's not in alignment to you and you disagree with what they're saying, you can still respect their spirit. Because the spirit of a person or a soul is always pure. And remember that whatever the person is saying is a projection of their own insecurities and their ego and emotional mind that is in conflict. So you can forgive the person, but you can be angry, let's say, you can disagree with their actions, with their physical, but you can see that that person has hope. Every person is pure in their inner being. So respect. Just give respect to the human, humbleness, because we're all here to learn, right? Who's to judge that you're right, you're wrong? Just be humble. Having that attitude of gratitude. Attitude of gratitude is where you'll manifest greater things in your life. Just be very, very grateful for what you have right here, right now. Who you're with, the job you have, the money you have, the food that's on the table. So often we're just looking for more and more and more. We don't see what we already have is a manifestation of what we've worked for in the past, but yet we want more and more and more. So to be fully in alignment and mindfulness and living the now and the present is to practice gratitude. Practice, write a gratitude journal. Write down stuff that is you're so happy for and grateful for, even if it's just 3 things every day, and be content. Practice contentment. There's always greater things to do, higher mountains to climb, people to compare with, but that is the ego. The ego is always making us feel discontentment. Discontentment is the root of all suffering. Contentment is joy, bliss, right here, right now. The fact that you're breathing. Smiling, you have a roof over your head. Be grateful. And the Dharma, listening to the Dharma, seeking spiritual lessons, philosophy, applying that gives you the highest blessing. Because when you're respectful, humble, being gratitude, what happens? So your ego, our ego, is diminished. Because we're saying that, I'm here to learn. I'm not know-it-all, be-it-all. I'm really grateful. So your ego is once the ego goes, happy. And there's less grasping, greedy. Greedy is, I always want more, you're always discontented, then that's suffering in itself. Doesn't matter how much is in your bank account, you're still suffering. Because it's never enough. You're always comparing. That's the ego. With the ego, it's very hard to be satisfied and content. Patience. Things don't happen overnight. Change doesn't happen overnight. Be patient on yourself. When you're being impatient and only looking for the result right now, this is again the ego's work. The way the universal timeline is working, it is long, my friend. Okay, it is like timeless, infinite. But we're just thinking that life is a McDo, it's like a McDonald's drive-thru. It is not. It is not. Unless you're looking for McDonald's fast food, right? Things don't like just happen because we want it now. You have to work for it. You have to be patient. You have to cultivate. The garden is not grown overnight. The seed is planted, watered, watch for, pay attention and watch and watch lovingly in your actions, and you will see this fruit, this tree will grow. And be patient and believe and trust in the process. Trust in the journey. And life is a journey. Practice meditation, because bhavana, this is the practice that eradicates and uproots the defilements, those evil states, to a noble life, leading you to realizing noble truths for yourself. Not because someone else has said it, not because it's written in a book, but because you have meditated, practiced, you have seen and felt the insights for yourself, the wisdom. This is the highest blessing. These last 3 verses, when you practice this and you just repeat this and you chant this, it has very strong powers that my father said to me. He keeps chanting this, and when he chants this and when he sees someone who is bleeding, who is injured, and he just places his hand on it, on that person, the bleeding, that injury stops, because these are words of very powerful truth from the Buddha himself, based on the Dharma, based on the truth. It carries a very high frequency resonance, and it has a lot of power. So if you want to, you can just recite these last 3 phrases. I'll put it in the comments below, and chant this every day. This is the second last one. The mind of a person who is an Arhat is a fully enlightened being. He has confronted all the worldly conditions, all the afflictions, the suffering, but his mind does not flutter, doesn't get affected. This person who has been able to eradicate all the defilements like jealousy, anger, lust, sloth, torpor, this sort of thing, they are sorrowless, they are beyond sorrow, they're stainless, and they're secure. They're very stable, balanced mind. This is the highest blessing. They're no longer affected by worldly events. They're no longer affected by Mara. Mara is samsara. It's birth, rebirth, birth, rebirth. It's what's happening, what the world that we see today is Mara. Having fulfilled such things as all these, beings are invincible everywhere. They gain happiness everywhere. This is the highest blessing for them. And this is the end of the Mangala Sutta. And now in the next phase, my father will chant in Pali, and may all beings receive happiness, bliss, and highest blessing for yourself. So much joy, so much blessings to you. And listen to this beautiful chanting now recording by my father in Pali for you.
Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhasa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhasa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhasa Mangala Sutta. In Myanmar, Mangala Sutta. In Myanmar pronunciation. Ate Vanasa Balanam Pandita Ninsa Devana Uza Niyanam Etang Mangala Muttamam Pati Rupa Detavasosa Pobesa Kata Punyata Atasama Panidisa Etang Mangala Muttamam Bahu Thick Sensa Thick Piensa Vinayosa Suthekito Subhasitasa Yawasa Etang Mangala Muttamam Mata Pitu Upathanam Buddha Daratha Singaho Anakulasa Kamanta Etang Mangala Muttamam Daninsa Dhamma Sriyasa Nyataka Ninsa Singaho Ana Vizani Kamani Etang Mangala Muttamam Arati Virati Papa Miza Panasa Nanyamo Appamadosa Dhamesu Etang Mangala Muttamam Karavosa Nivatosa Thanduktisa Kata Nyutta Kalena Dhamma Savanam Etang Mangala Muttamam Khanti Sa Thowit Sa Sata Samana Ninsa Tathanam Kalena Dhamma Takissa Etang Mangala Muttamam Taposa Brahma Sri Yensa Ariya Tissa Datanam Nibbana Tissi Kriyasa Etang Mangala Muttamam Kothatha Lokadamehi Satan Yata Nakampati Atokam Virazam Kemam Etam Mangala Muttamam Sadhu 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 Bhaya